You're moving into an energy as somebody who has allowed life to strengthen them over time. And it really seems like you're really stepping into this energy of the crone where you're being represented here. And the crone is just, that's just a term for a wise older woman, regardless of how your gender plays out. I really feel like you're stepping into this energy as somebody who has moved into the phase of life where they are kind of really focused on all that they've learned and really focused on all the things that life has brought them, regardless of your personal age. And it seems like you're really in this energy of like being grateful. It seems like over time you've kind of come into this mastery of like planting seeds and allowing for them to grow, and that requires for you to have confidence and faith. It seems like you're really in an understanding of how to trust where life is bringing you, and trusting that when you put things out into the universe to allow them to happen, that the things that approach you are going to be the things that are leading you there. And it seems like you've really found a lot of freedom within this confidence within yourself, and freedom within this like ability to stand back and allow life to be what it will. You have a lot of nature energy coming up in your reading. You actually do have this like physical nature card here, but here in the deck that I chose, there's a lot of like plants and plant symbolism, and you're kind of being represented here in this family that's like living in the woods, and over here in this family that has like a farm. And it kind of feels like the energy of somebody who's been trying to manifest a more like salt of the earth kind of life. You may be getting into like gardening, or maybe like trying to look into like moving out to the country, or moving out into like a place where you have like a space to work the land, or a space to like bring something to life for yourself. It really seems like you might be really connecting with plants lately, and connecting with the earth around you really deeply. Of course, with you stepping into that crone energy, it's probably also the case that you're really stepping into kind of a magical space within yourself as well, and that would be directly connected to the earth and earth energy. It seems like you're really in a place where you're looking back on yourself at places where life may have thrown you off balance, or really like thrown you some curveballs. And it seems like you're coming into a place of seeing how things have made you stronger over time. And it seems like you're really grateful for certain experiences, as hard as they may have been to go through. While you were going through them, it seems like you've really pulled a lot of like refinement and beauty out of what life has thrown at you. Not everybody is born with a lot, but it seems like you've made the most of what you've been given in this life. And it seems like you've really taken very small gifts that the universe has given you and turned them into very large accomplishments. And like, it seems like you've really pulled a lot of growth out of places where even you kind of wouldn't expect it looking back on it. It seems like you're kind of surprised by some of your accomplishments with what you've been given versus what you've made out of it. And it seems like you really like stepped into this like King of Wands energy, and it really seems like you're coming into a place where you're really standing in that like, again, that like magical, like that magic within the self comes up. It seems like you're really like understanding how to manifest things that like you're good at making your own wishes come true, I guess is the best way to say it. It seems like you're confident enough to do it, and you have the skill to do it. It seems like you're able to pull these resources to get the job done out of thin air at this point. There really is this very strong energy of turning almost nothing into very large somethings. And it seems like you've done a lot of processing when it comes to like inner child wounds and like things that you've gone through in life. I'm talking to somebody who specifically has really taken like the concept of generational trauma and generational lessons very seriously. Maybe it's the case that wherever you grew up, you were surrounded by things that you knew you couldn't bring further into life with you. So it seems like it really took priority at a point for you to like rid yourself of those mindsets and those like obstacles that were in your way towards a healthier life. And it seems like you've really come into a place of like, there's this energy of somebody who grew into who their inner child, like the adult their inner child needed, the adult that you needed when you were a certain age. You are that person now. And it seems like life has thrown a lot at you to bring you into that space. And it seems like you really had to take on this like fighting energy when it comes to, again, just like what life has thrown at you. It seems like it really has been a lot. Like, and you don't really seem like the person who likes to like look at it like that. Like, I don't mean to like throw a pity party for you or anything. That's definitely not the energy I'm trying to bring. I just want to acknowledge that it seems like you've really like stepped into this energy of standing very firm within yourself and not allowing what is thrown at you to affect you. You really come into this like Queen of Swords energy within yourself. It seems like you've really there's this energy of somebody who's had to stand up for themselves a lot, and that's a really tough energy for a lot of people to be in, especially because you're not being really portrayed as somebody who was like that to begin with. It really seems like that's an energy you've had to like channel and come into within yourself in your lifetime. It seems like wherever you started out at, you might have been a lot more sensitive, and you might have like really had to come into a place of like not quite hardening yourself, but definitely like forming a shell around yourself. It seems like you're really, like, wherever you are right now, you're experiencing a lot of really positive harvest energy. And it seems like you really, like, are experiencing a lot of the fruits of a lot of labor that may be, like, very old labor, like work that you did a long time ago and things that you've been working on for potentially years for some of you. It seems like you're at the end of a long journey. And it seems like you're really coming into a place of looking back on that journey and like tallying where you were when you started and what you've gained from it and what you've learned from it. And it seems like you're really starting to see where you planted the seeds and what kind of flowers came up from it. And it seems like you're really stepping into this energy now of reward. And again, harvest comes up in this deck. The Judgment card is harvest. And it's kind of about like really reaping the rewards and like reaping what we've sown. And in your case, it's really a very positive thing because you've sown a lot of good for yourself. It seems like you made that a priority for yourself at a much younger age. It seems like whenever you were whenever you were like very young, it seems like you had lessons thrust upon you that were kind of well above your age range at the time. And I feel like you had to step up to the plate very quickly. But it feels like the work that you put in then is now coming into like I'm feeling somebody who maybe had like a really hard like front part of their life, but now that they're coming into like a different part of their life, they're experiencing a lot of the rewards of everything they've had to put in and a lot of like karmic dissolution. It seems like you're really stepping out of it seems like you're kind of moving into a higher frequency of what life is for you. And it seems like whatever chapter you're moving in right now, it's because you've earned for it to be so, but it is going to be a lot easier than the first half or the first part of your life. Like it's giving somebody who is like Saturn ruled where they have to like work pretty hard for it, but they get like the rewards later. And I'm very happy for you on that front. And thank you as always for letting me read your cards today.